Once I start this video, I can't turn it around and talk to you. But this is just the beginning. Jason and the cats were sent. There's an abbreviation for cats, okay? And it can be anything. You can put STAC. This is Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Scorpio. But we can also use Libra. There's another Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, Taurus. I think I have Libra again, Virgo, Cancer, and Capricorn. So they all might say something. July, August, September, October, November. Jason. No in French means je. It can also be changed into German. Okay, German, Hebrew. I don't always see things. I need to release my mind in order to see a little bit deeper into this. When you have January, February, March, and all these months, there's only 2 months that are touching together, which are 31 days. And those 2 months are encompassed by 30 days, in which is June ends in 30, so that would be a 3. July ends in 31, okay? But the months, everything begins with a 1. So if it ends with a 30 and begins with a 1, it's 30 and 1. If it ends with a 31 and 1, that would be 32. The next month starts with ends in a 31 and starts with a 1, and that's 32. And then the next month is the 30 days of September. You can also go June. It ends with a 3, but it's 30, which is actually 36, right? So it becomes a 9. All months that end in 3 become 9. The way I like to look at it. So if it ends on the 30th, begins on the 1st, ends on the 31st, begins on the 1st, ends on the 31st, begins on the 1st, ends on the 30th. We can get also 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay, if you want, we can also put in this scenario here, which would give this 31. It would give this 32. It would give this 32. Remember, it takes 4 to create 3 in between, right? On this, and then we would end up going 4, 5, 5. And if you want to go to the next month, we can go to 31, and it'd be 4, 5, 5, 4, and that would be the sun system. To the 7th gate, 3, 2, 2, 3, and if you want, over here, 3, 4, 4, 3 ends up to be 4, 3, 3, 4. The other part that I wanted to talk about is 0, 0, in roulette. 10 and 20 in CB code says location. Okay, this is also your 30 creation, and your 20 is here, 20, and sorry, I did that, I made a mistake. It should have been here. Let me get that away. And the reason I'm talking about this is for the cube. If I want to use it on the cube, I'm going to put it here. Here's your 20 location, and here's your 10 location. And that would be the cube. And then if you take a look, right, number 3 and number 3 comes out of this, 3 and 3 on each side, which creates this corner, which in Hebrew would be the yod, 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 up on top of each other. The alphabet splits, okay, in gematria as 1 and 1, which is splitting at 4 and 5, and that would be splitting inside the sun. If we would be minus this, it would actually be splitting at 2 and 3. Now, if this is 27 and this is 27, we have low. O is the first, after the connection here between 1 and 1, we now have L and O as our first letters, 3 and 6. Do you follow what I'm saying? First and last, the beginning of the split. But really in gematria, we're splitting G, and on one side we have F, the other side we have H, and we're splitting T. And on one side we have U, and the other side we have S. Spirit and U, time, spirit, U, heaven facing the gates. I mean, I'm not sure which way I want to go, but this is F, this is G, and this is H, okay, at the same time. Another thing, there was something in here with 1, 4, and 7. I don't know where that went. There's a missing piece. Now, give me a second. Let me think. There's a missing piece I wanted to talk about. Is it in here? Is it in here? So we spoke about this. I'm just going to hold it there in case you want to take a look. Right. Okay. I didn't do it, but if you want to go, we can go British Columbia. We can go. We can say Saskatchewan. We can go Quebec. We can go, and don't forget, we can use British Columbia. We can use first and last letters if we want. We can also use the number of letters, right? Just like in numbers, number 1 is 3 letters. Each letter is valued of 27 because it's a reverse. Each letter has a 27 reverse on it, so that's 81. 2 is the same thing. 6 is the same thing. Okay, 2 equals to 58 and 6 equals to 52. We end up with 9. We end up with 4. We end up with 7. We can look at number 5. We can also look at the N, because in some designs the N looks like a 7. The N looks like a 7, and at the same time it also looks like a 2, right? Here's the 7, here's the 2, or I can turn it into 44. See, here's the 4. Remember, sometimes as things move down the screen, things disappear. Do you follow what I'm saying? As the screen moves, how far is your vision? And boom, now it just looks like that. So we have all the provinces, we have all the states, and they all talk to us. We also have the zodiac sign, zodiac, Kodiak, which usually ends on the 20th. Let me see on this when they mostly end. The zodiac sign. Let me take a look. You notice the way that's March 21st to the 19th, starting the 20, ending the 20, and all of these are perfect. How are they so perfect? Do we live in a perfect system or what? Oh my God, it was the Big Bang and the whole world was perfect. Yes, there is a formation. When you pour the water into a bank or a canal and you put in enough water, you have to wait until the water gets to the end of the canal before you have a constant flow. So there's a startup time for the flow, and then it's consistently the same. We can call that building of this world. The other thing we have with the zodiac is we have zodiac signs. We have all kinds of zodiac signs, right? So we can call this JJ if we want. But it's time for my bed. And I want to thank you for watching this video.